Dear Cancer, there is a silence you have learned to carry so well, one that most people mistake for peace. It's the quiet weight of being the heart of your world, the emotional anchor for everyone you love. You have built a home, not just of walls and a roof, but of your very own feelings. A sanctuary where others can rest, heal, and find comfort. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself, dear Cancer, where you go when you need a sanctuary? For so long, you have been the caregiver, the nurturer, the one who remembers every wound and celebrates every victory for others. It is your nature, your gift. Yet, within this beautiful devotion lies a hidden sorrow, a feeling that your own needs must be secondary, that your own emotional well must never run dry, even when you feel it cracking from depletion. You've become so masterful at holding space for others that you've forgotten how to hold it for yourself. And now, a profound truth is beginning to surface, not with a crash, but with a gentle, persistent ache. It is the realization that the very shell you built to protect yourself and others has become a beautiful, invisible prison. The time has come to acknowledge the unspoken exhaustion, the quiet longing for someone to see past your capable exterior and into the depths of your own tender heart. This isn't a crisis, Cancer. It is a sacred awakening. So, before we go any deeper, take a moment to like, subscribe, and share what resonates with you below. I want you to claim this moment with an affirmation. Drop this in the comments. I am ready to receive the support I have always given. Stay with me on this journey, because the clarity that awaits you is not just a passing thought. It is the beginning of your liberation. If you leave now, you risk missing the very key that unlocks the door you've been standing behind. Because this feeling, this subtle unrest, didn't just appear today. It has roots that travel deep into your past, back to the moments when you first learned that your worth was tied to how much you could give, not how much you allowed yourself to receive. Who taught you that your sensitivity was a burden to be managed, rather than a superpower to be honored? From a young age, you felt everything so deeply, the unspoken tensions in a room, the hidden sadness behind a smile. To survive, you learned to absorb it, to smooth it over, to become the emotional caretaker. It was your mechanism for creating safety in a world that often felt too loud, too harsh, too unpredictable. You built your shell not out of weakness, but as a testament to your incredible strength and your profound capacity for love. But what happens when the caretaker has no one to care for them? What happens when the rock for everyone else feels like they are slowly eroding from within? That is the space you are in now, Cancer. A sacred, vulnerable space where the universe is not asking you to be stronger, but to be softer, to allow the cracks in your fortress to appear, not as a sign of breaking down, but as a sign of breaking open. And through those cracks, a new light is beginning to seep in, illuminating a path you have long deserved, but perhaps never felt worthy enough to walk. This is where your true transformation begins. It starts with the quiet, courageous admission. I am tired of being strong for everyone else. It is now my time to be held. This is not a theoretical shift, Cancer. It is being mirrored in the very energies that surround you now. Energies that speak of a profound internal realignment. When we look at the forces at play, we see a story unfolding your story. It begins with a feeling you know all too well, a feeling of being trapped. This is the energy of the Eight of Swords. It speaks of a cage. But look closely, the cage is not made of steel bars, but of thoughts, of fears, of self-imposed limitations. It's the voice that whispers, I can't leave this situation. They need me, or I can't ask for what I want. It would be selfish. This isn't a prison built by others, dear Cancer. It's one you've stayed in out of a deep-seated sense of duty and a fear of what might happen if you were to finally put your own needs first. You have felt bound by your own compassion, but something is shifting. A divine alarm clock is ringing, and you can no longer hit snooze. This is the energy of the Judgment card. It is a call from your soul, an undeniable awakening to a higher truth. It's that moment of piercing clarity when you realize that your emotional stagnation is no longer sustainable. This card often signifies a second chance, not necessarily with another person, but a second chance with yourself. It is the universe extending its hand and saying, it's time to forgive the past. It's time to release the old narratives. It's time to come home to who you truly are. This is the moment you stop seeing your cage and start seeing the key that has been in your hand all along. And what happens when you turn that key? The world begins to spin in a new direction. This is the wheel of fortune, turning powerfully in your favor. But this is not random luck, Cancer. This is cause and effect, because you have made the internal choice to awaken, judgment, and release your self-imposed prison, 8 of Swords. The external world is now rushing to meet your new vibration. Situations that felt hopelessly stuck will suddenly begin to move. Opportunities you thought were lost will reappear in a new form. This isn't magic, it is alignment. The universe is not rewarding you for your suffering. It is responding to your liberation. This cosmic shift is bringing forth a new emotional archetype within you and for those around you. It is the King of Cups. This energy represents emotional maturity, mastery, and a profound sense of inner calm. For so long, you may have been the Queen of Cups, feeling everything, absorbing everything, nurturing from a place of raw emotion. But the King is different. The King feels just as deeply, but he is not ruled by his emotions. He holds them. He understands them. He directs them with wisdom and compassion. This is you, Cancer, stepping into your power. You are learning to offer your heart without losing yourself. You are becoming your own emotional anchor. And from this place of centered, self-possessed love, what becomes possible? A true and sacred union, the 2 of Cups. This card is the promise that awaits you on the other side of your transformation. It represents a connection of profound reciprocity, a soul-to-soul alignment where love is given and received in equal, beautiful measure. This isn't about finding someone to complete you. It's about becoming so whole within yourself, King of Cups, that you naturally attract a connection that mirrors that wholeness. This energy can manifest as a romantic partner, but its essence is much deeper. It can be a renewed and healed relationship with a family member, a deep friendship, or most importantly, a sacred and final reunion with your own authentic self. Let's carry this beautiful narrative into the specific areas of your life, because this transformation is not just an idea, it is a tangible force reshaping your reality. In the realm of your heart and relationships, that old pattern of overgiving is finally being laid to rest. The 2 of Cups speaks of a love that doesn't drain you, but replenishes you. If you are in a relationship, this is a time for cathartic conversations. The Judgment card is clearing the air, allowing unspoken hurts and unfulfilled needs to finally be voiced, not from a place of blame, but from a place of healing. It's an opportunity for your partner to truly see the weight you've been carrying and to step up in a new way. You are no longer just the caregiver in the dynamic. You are an equal partner who also deserves to be nurtured. If you are single, this is a monumental shift. The 8 of Swords may represent the past loves where you felt trapped or undervalued. You stayed longer than you should have, hoping your love could heal them, only to exhaust yourself. But now, as you embody the King of Cups, your standards have changed. You are no longer attracted to projects. You are calling in a partner. The Wheel of Fortune may bring someone into your life suddenly and unexpectedly. A person who feels both excitingly new and comfortingly familiar. This connection will be different because you are different. You will not lead with your wounds. You will lead with your wisdom. When it comes to your career and life's purpose, the feeling of being stuck, of your efforts leading only to frustration, is a direct echo of the Eight of Swords. Perhaps you've been in a job that feels safe and stable, but offers no nourishment for your soul. You've told yourself it's practical, it's responsible, but your spirit has been silently screaming for more. That scream is the call of judgment. It's the realization that your work must be an extension of your heart. The Wheel of Fortune is now presenting opportunities that you might have previously dismissed as unrealistic. A creative project you abandoned, an idea for your own business, a desire to work in a helping profession. These are not pipe dreams, Cancer. They are soul callings. The universe is asking you to treat these dreams as your real work. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take one small, heart-led step today. The King of Cups energy is your intuition, which is your most reliable career counselor right now. If a path feels expansive and emotionally resonant, trust it, even if it doesn't make logical sense yet. A connection from your past may resurface, not just with a job offer, but with an opportunity that sees and values your true, innate gifts. And this flows directly into your finances. For a sign that equates security with emotional well-being, financial instability can feel terrifying. The Eight of Swords is the scarcity mindset, the fear of not having enough, the worry that keeps you clinging to what's familiar. But the Wheel of Fortune is here to break that cycle. It heralds a significant shift, an unexpected breakthrough. This might be a bonus, an inheritance, or a sudden flow of clients for a new venture. However, the true abundance is not in the money itself. It is in the release of fear. The universe is asking you to trust the flow. When you operate from your authentic King of Cups energy, you become a magnet for prosperity because you are no longer making decisions out of fear, but out of purpose. Your greatest financial asset is your intuition. Pay attention to those gut feelings about investments, collaborations, or even simple purchases. You are being guided toward a state of financial peace, one that is built not on hoarding, but on a graceful and trusting flow of giving and receiving. Now, let's talk about your family, the very core of your world. This is where the weight of being the emotional caretaker is often heaviest. The King of Cups may signify a paternal figure offering wisdom, or it could be you stepping into that role with new boundaries. The Judgment card brings a powerful opportunity for healing long-standing family wounds. Perhaps it's time to forgive a parent or to have a vulnerable conversation with a sibling. This isn't about rehashing the past. It's about liberating yourself from its emotional chains. Joyful reunions and celebrations are on the horizon, but they will feel different this time. You will be participating, not out of obligation, but out of a genuine, open heart, a heart that knows it doesn't have to fix everyone to be loved. Be mindful of the Eight of Swords energy in others. A family member may be feeling trapped or misunderstood. Your old instinct might be to rush in and save them, but your new King of Cups wisdom knows that sometimes the greatest act of love is to simply hold space for them without taking on their struggle as your own. You can be a lighthouse without having to be their rescue boat. Finally, let's talk about your health and well-being, because your body is where you physically store all of this emotional weight. The colds, the allergies, the indefinite malaise your body has been keeping the score Cancer. Every unspoken sadness, every swallowed frustration manifests physically. Your immune system weakens, not from germs, but from the exhaustion of carrying everything. The call to action here is profoundly simple. You must learn to put your own oxygen mask on first. This is not about a fad diet or a grueling exercise regime. This is about creating a sacred daily routine of self-nurturing. It is about listening to your body's whispers before they become screams. What does it need today? A walk in nature? A quiet hour with a book? A nourishing meal prepared with love for yourself? Boosting your protection is an act of emotional release. As you let go of the old burdens and step into your emotional sovereignty, you will feel a new vitality flowing through you. Your energy is returning, not because you are pushing harder, but because you have finally set down what was never yours to carry. What is emerging now, dear Cancer, is a version of you that is lighter, truer, and more vibrant than ever before. You are bidding farewell to the self who believed love had to be earned through sacrifice. You are no longer the child who had to be the emotional adult in the room. You are a sovereign being with a heart that is both tender and powerful, open and protected. You are realizing that true security is not found in external circumstances or in the approval of others. It is an inside job. It is the unshakable peace that comes from knowing you can and will honor your own needs, speak your own truth, and hold your own heart with the same fierce love you have always given to others. This is your new beginning, not a chapter written by duty or expectation, but one authored by your own soul. From this place, everything flows. You will look in the mirror and see not someone who is tired from the weight of the world, but someone who is radiant with the light of self-love. You will attract relationships that honor your depth, find work that celebrates your gifts, and build a life that is a true sanctuary for your own beautiful spirit. And that, dear Cancer, is the greatest blessing of all. It is the freedom to simply be